All right, orange guy here. What? Who is spreading? Who is spreading the most lies throughout the U.S.? Who's doing it? I'm actually developing an answer for that. Most of the lies are stemming from the same shitbags that have been following me around and causing problems for at least 3 years now. That would be Anchorage, the Richardson Elmendorf base. That would be them. They are terrorists. Okay, so that base continues to turn on devices. Okay, they continue to turn on devices and then we kill them all, and then they turn more on. Okay, so like how do they keep getting reinforcements and recruitments? Look, I think some of those reinforcement recruitments are if you've been told Joey such and such is on a 6-month top secret mission or 1-year top secret mission. I think they probably sometimes they got sent to Anchorage and they're dead. That's what I think would happen, unfortunately. So there are people that have been told lies of such and such is on top secret mission probably, and they haven't heard from them. That's unfortunate. The unfortunate reality. Okay, the unfortunate reality of it. So if you haven't heard from your service member that's on the top secret mission for 8 months or whatever, that's why. That's why. Okay. So look, Anchorage, they continue to turn on devices, okay? They hacked my TV about 20 times. It was about 20 times yesterday and about 20 times today. Every single time a shipbag is getting killed, every single time. Just like when they turn on devices, every single time they're getting killed. And like, how do they have such body count still? How did they have such? Because they keep getting new ones to get killed off. Okay? So they're still doing things like interrupting the phone service, trying to slow down downloads, slow down the upload. They'll do that when I send this video. Okay, I was at the lake yesterday. They're still doing the calling the pink people at the lake. They're still instigating the more traffic. That's a lot of that is actually Anchorage. Okay, a lot of that. Now, I also think I'm beginning to develop kind of more of a theory. Is look, how does the U.S. top? How are they so? We actually had a reset, unfortunately, in about 6 hours ago. We started going backwards somehow, unfortunately. Okay, how the fuck does that happen this late? How does that possibly happen? I actually think the U.S. top is asking Anchorage, the terrorists, for the truth. Okay, and that's how you would get the backwards fucking story. I can't quite figure out how could you come to that conclusion. When you're going, like, to the top, they turn the ship back on and they're going to get blown up, and they do, okay? They do. How could you possibly come to that conclusion at this juncture? What? It's baffling. There's been quite a few days when I'm just scratching my head like, how many more are there? How many more are there? Because look, the ones that have been opposition to me, it doesn't go well. It does not go well for them. All right, so probably, unfortunately, if you have a top secret son or daughter, the top secret 8 months or whatever the thing is, you haven't heard from them in 6 months or haven't heard from 3 months. That's the unfortunate reality. Okay. So look. Anyways, moving forward, worldwide, how do we reduce more opposition moving forward? And a big part of that is removing the lies. Okay, there's lots of different lies, especially in fully indoctrinated different sectors. Okay, they'll spread a bunch of lies. They'll tell people basically, okay, this is an unfortunate reality for the. If you're evil, you can actually spout a bunch of lies. Any type of storyline, okay, you can basically spout a storyline. And as long as the ones following you believe it, then it's real for them. So this is true. So look, like for example, you could have people in Anchorage potentially that they've been sectioned off, okay? They've been sectioned off and again smashing that, of course, by Anchorage. And they'll be killed for that. Okay, so you see, you can have potentially someone so isolated. Okay, they get dropped off in Anchorage. Nobody tells them anything, and they're told like, "Look, you're in Siberia. You're battling Russians." And if you don't have anything verifying, you say, "Look, yeah, we're battling Russians. We have a secret Russian base in Russia," And if you're never allowed off base, and that storyline is pushed long enough, it becomes real. So it could be some sort of oddity, of that sort. I could not tell you exactly what storylines. We had great success, as a matter of fact, in working on dismantling some of those storylines today. We had great success doing that. So worldwide, so you have opposition. For the ones that have opposition still, okay, you still have some opposition. So utilize the contacts. You should have made contacts worldwide. You should have one contact every nation, okay? Utilize those contacts worldwide. Utilize the website and also those programs available between the three. You say, look, I can talk to Iran now on the phone. I can talk to my buddy, and now we can get it sorted out, because look, this is what's actually happening, or what you're told is happening is not true, right? And now we can verify the truth. So you say, look, we actually have contacts now. You have contacts available that you can get some of these lies sorted out. Okay, so then you get the lies sorted out, and I'll tell you what. When it comes to monkeys, you need to give them something to do. So go ahead and recruit those ones too. Once you get the lies sorted out, okay, go ahead and recruit those ones too. You need to give the monkeys something to do. This is definitely true. Okay, this is definitely true. That's my tip.